We have, this is our last class in this series before we start next Sunday. Legvolds, we love you. God bless you. So, I don't know about you, but have you noticed that as time goes by, you seem to have certain idiosyncrasies that you have that other people notice about you? When we go to eat, go out to eat, I can't stand a cluttered table. As soon as I get through eating, and Carlene mentions this to me now, and my kids laugh at me, because I'll start cleaning off the table, and it's got to be clean in front of me. If I've eaten it, it's moved out of the way, and the table's not going to have, it's not going to be messy. It's just a weird thing, and I don't know about you. You got those weird things that you do? Yeah. So we've got a little cleaning up of the table in here to do this morning because we've got some clutter left on the table. And the first of which is this. I reminded us of our norms pretty much throughout the series that this is a safe space. It's a good place to express emotion and to engage and to speak and things like that. And I've always felt like when you do someone wrong, or you find out that you have, and you do it publicly, and you go to that person in private and apologize, that really doesn't cut it. Because really all the people in public where you hurt that person or humiliated them or made them feel a certain way, they don't know that that's been cleaned up. So I need to clean the table up because in my flippancy, because I can be flippant, and I can get, I like to play that advocate every once in a while, devil's advocate, not the good one, and do those kind of things. One of these Sundays in these lessons, I was shutting down somebody who was wanting to talk. And since that time, my sister won't talk in class. Thank you, brother. You found it. So, Stella, where are you? I need to apologize to you. I don't see her in here. Is she in here? Stella Garcia? Okay, so I'm apologizing. There she comes. So, Stella, I was just talking about you. I was saying that when you... I was talking about that Sunday when I was peace be still in you, right? And since that time, Stella really won't say much in class with me because I think that she thinks I'm going to, either that or I've hurt her. So I want to apologize, Stella, to you publicly for that. I really want you to feel comfortable to talk. And if I hurt you, I didn't mean to, okay? Okay. There you go, okay. Well, but you gotta, when you do things like that or you think you've done something to somebody and it's in public, it's important that in public you make it right. Because otherwise, none of the other these folks know you did that. And while it's not easy to do that, it's the right thing to do. Where's my Bible? Oh, okay, good. I got one. Okay, and the second thing, as we move forward, we got to get rid of that. Go forward. We need to do this morning. Keep our eyes. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 25 through 27 has a great outlook for us. He says, let your eyes look straight ahead. Fix your gaze directly before you. Give careful thought to the path of your feet. Be steadfast in all your ways. Do not turn to the right or to the left. Keep your foot from evil. Now, I'm kind of to do that because one of the things I've noticed is when you get into talking about the things we did last Sunday, you can get way far afield from what you were originally talking about, and that is the will of God. And we can talk about whether prophecies happen or not today. We can talk about speaking in tongues, whether that happens today or not. We can have our positions on these things, but if that moves us far afield from what we're really talking about, and that is the will of God, then we've just kind of denigrated it into something else. So I want to be careful of that because we got a little cleaning up of the table. So with that in thought, we'll move on, pick up from where we left off last week. So one of the things we were talking about last week in the will of God is prophecy, because God used prophets to explain and be a mouthpiece for his will in the Old Testament, and then, of course, in the New Covenant in the church as well. And one of the reasons that we can say that is because we see them doing that. We see Agabus and his daughters who were prophesying. We see people when Paul is traveling on his way to Rome, they stop off at Tyre, and the Christians there, they spent a week with them there. We're in Acts 20, 23 or 21, I can't remember, top of my head. I'm really tired. Went to Waxahachie, then Tomball this week, and Buck had me working. And then my grandson played baseball yesterday. I'm whipped, y'all. Got home about 11 or 12 o'clock, and I'd be surprised if I say anything intelligible today at all. But anyway, in Acts, we had this picture of the early church where you had prophets still in the company of the church. And as one of our brothers pointed out last week, one of the ways we look at prophecy is it's revelation. And it's giving you an understanding of God's will that he didn't already tell you. That is one way that prophecy comes. But there's also other ways that prophecy reveals things, insight to what's going on, what's going to happen in your life, not revealing new information about the Word of God. So you have some dualities going on here. And what we in the church, as we move forward, I find this interesting. And again, please understand that I love the church, but I also can be critical of us, right? Because I are one, right? So it's interesting to me that we will say we want to speak where the Bible speaks, and what's the rest of it? Yeah, and that's not in the Bible either, but that comes out of the Stone Campbell movement in our restoration movement. And it was the idea, let's get